I'm joined with Dorian Nicol from Honey Badger Silver here at the Red Cloud Mining Conference 2024. Dorian, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's nice to see you.
So, Dorian, first thing I've been asking everybody here is we're at a mining conference. Gold's hitting all-time highs as we speak. Silver's gone from $18 this time last year to now it's over $30. Yet, I don't see a ton of investors here. I don't see a ton of euphoria in the market. When's it going to happen? What's going on here with the equity markets?
Well, I think I'm more comfortable telling you what I think will happen than I am telling you when it will happen. What I think will happen is gold will continue going up for obvious reasons that I don't need to belabor. Silver, yes, it's gone up significantly in the last several months. It's still lagging behind its historical ratio to the gold price. I think it will catch up. One of the things that I like about silver is that it behaves both as a precious metal like gold. It's a haven for investment. It's a precious metal and it behaves that way. But it's also a very important industrial metal. It's key for the electrical economy, whatever you want to call it, the green economy, the dream economy. So I think in addition to appreciating in value as a precious metal asset and a haven, I think there will continue to be increasing physical demand for silver, and that will push the price up. When will it happen? My crystal ball is no better than yours. I think if I could predict that, I probably wouldn't still be doing geology for a living, but I think it's inevitable. When will the equity markets come around? I don't know. I've been in this business 49 years. I've seen very difficult equity markets and have survived them. I've never seen a difficult equity market combined with high and rising metals prices. So I have to believe it's only a matter of time until it turns around.
So if I were to say, let's say 7 years ago, said to you, in 7 years, gold's going to be pushing $2,700, silver's going to be above 30. Would you have expected more capital to be flowing into the equity markets? Do you think it is flowing in? It's just being very selective and smart about where it's placing capital?
I think it's being selective. I would not have, if you had asked me, would we see these prices and such a dearth of equity investment, I would have said no. What would drive that? I still don't understand it. I'll look forward to understanding it one day.
Okay, so let's talk about Honey Badger. Tiny little $5 million silver name. Lots of interest in silver. We see it on our platform. We cover silver. We get tons of views, tons of clicks. What's the high level overview for the company?
Yeah, the key to understanding Honey Badger, and this follows nicely from your question about equity markets. There are something like 3,500, 3,600 junior explorers out there. We are trying very hard to distinguish ourselves from them. We are not, and I emphasize this, we are not an exploration company. We do exploration when we're on the very steepest part of the value addition curve, but we are not an exploration company. We are a silver aggregator. Our strategy, because we believe that silver will get to $100,000 an ounce, if not higher, our strategy is to, at very low cost, with a minimal dilution to our shareholders, acquire silver assets in the ground. That at the right time, we will spin off to others for them to explore while we keep a royalty. But our strategy right now is to, very low cost, pick up silver in the ground. The last two transactions we've done are Sunrise Lake in the Northwest Territories, where we picked up 65 million ounces of silver for literally $1. We picked it up for a royalty to the vendor, which we can buy back. Our most recent acquisition, which was about a week and a half ago, is Yava, also in Northwest Territories, 45 kilometers from one of the largest undeveloped silver resources in the world, 5 million ounces of silver, which we picked up for 8 cents an ounce. Right now, they're not economic projects, but when the price of silver rises, they will be very exciting for exploration and mining companies, and our shareholders will gain an appreciation of value as a result.
Do you guys have any drill campaigns going on? What does exploration look like right now?
No, not right now. We've done a little bit of work at our Plata project in the Yukon. Consisted mostly of mapping, geological mapping, which I did personally, What I wanted to do there was confirm that our model of Plata as an analog to Snowline's Rogue discovery was a valid one, which I now fully believe. But no, we're not doing any drilling right now. We only do drilling or exploration ourselves when we see ourselves being at the very steepest part of the value addition curve. Otherwise, we hold on to our money. And again, tying into your comments about the equity market, if we spend money on drilling right now, even if we were to get good results, the market doesn't appreciate it. All we do is bring down our treasury and then have to go to the market and further dilute our shareholders. So we don't think that now is the time to spend money on exploration. It's the time to acquire ounces cheaply.
So the plan is to just try to find that arbitrage where you think you can acquire ounces really cheap and hope that the public markets are going to reflect that. But I look here, and you guys are currently trading at a pretty steep discount on an EV per ounce basis. How do you guys correct that, or is it just a matter of waiting for the market to come around?
Both. I mean, one, I'm old enough that I've given up trying to make the market turn around. I will do the best I can within the market I'm forced to live within. But the way to improve it is to continue acquiring ounces and to demonstrate that our strategy and plans make sense. I mean, yes, we're trading at a discount, but our price has appreciated over the last few months. I think it's a combination of obviously tagging along with the price of silver, but also I think the market is beginning to understand the wisdom of our strategy. And when they compare us with companies that are doing exploration with no tangible benefit to shareholders, whereas us, we're continuing to acquire assets cheaply. I think people are beginning to appreciate the wisdom of our strategy.
Okay, let's talk about Orbec Gold, another company you're involved with. What's the high-level overview there?
Orbec, on the other hand, is an exploration company. We have a large piece of ground in the Chibougamau district in northern Quebec. We acquired IAMGOLD as a major shareholder at the end of last year. We're adjacent to and on the same geological trend as IAMGOLD's multi-million ounce Nelligan deposit. Also adjacent to and on the same trend as IAMGOLD's Monster Lake deposit, which is somewhat smaller than Nelligan, but ridiculously high grade. It's something like over 13 grams per ton grade. We're at the intersection of those structures. If we extend the Nelligan structure onto our land, it coincides with some of the highest gold and till anomalies ever collected in Quebec. We have till samples that are running north of 20 grams of gold per ton. Now, they're ridiculously high grade. In addition to the gold content, what really excites me about these is that the gold in those samples, we can see it with the microscope, is pristine, angular, so it didn't travel very far. That coincides with geophysical anomalies. We did some drilling there 2 years ago when I had just joined the company. We weren't able to drill the holes to the target depth just because of rock conditions and then weather conditions. But we did intersect alteration and low-level gold very similar to what is found at Nelligan in between the ore chutes, which again makes me believe that we have at least one Nelligan-type target on our property. The next step there, we'll be doing this year some more detailed geophysics and some infill till sampling with the objective of defining quality drill targets for drilling. Coming back to IAMGOLD's participation in our last financing and becoming a shareholder, obviously the money they invested was significant and important to us, but even more than the money was their technical knowledge. They know that district better than anyone. They've made discoveries in that area. They bought out Vanstar in order to have 100% of Nelligan about less than a year ago. My ability to talk with their geologic team and take advantage of their knowledge has been absolutely invaluable. In fact, we have a technical committee with IAMGOLD which signs off on all of my exploration programs. And that has a value even greater than the money that IAMGOLD put in.
So speaking of your career in terms of exploration, you were formerly involved with Jerritt Canyon. Both you led the exploration project and you're former CEO. A huge part of our audience, Dorian, loves First Majestic. It's a name that when we talk about The views are huge. Jerritt Canyon is a project that they acquired, was it in 2020, 2021?
Yeah, something like that.
And they put it into production, and then they took it back to kind of reevaluate it. Does that asset work? And if I'm an investor in First Majestic, should I still be excited about Jerritt Canyon?
Absolutely. And I'll start by saying, like every geologist who ever had the privilege of working at Jerritt Canyon, it remains an extraordinarily special chapter of my career. There will be gold being discovered for generations at Jerritt Canyon. There are more discoveries to be made. I'm really impressed with the First Majestic exploration team. In fact, I would have been honored to have had them be part of my team 20 years ago at Jerritt Canyon, which is the absolute highest compliment I can give any exploration team. There's no doubt in my mind that they will find the ore they need to keep the roaster full and reopen the operation. I have absolutely no doubt about that.
Okay. Last question for you. If I'm an investor in either of your projects, Honey Badger or Orbec Gold, what am I looking out for over the next year?
At Orbec, you're looking for us to continue the exploration program, and I would like to believe that we'll be able to announce at least the beginnings of a discovery within the next year. At Honey Badger, you'll see us continuing to aggregate silver assets at ridiculously low prices and positioning ourselves for the rise in silver price that we all expect.
Okay, well, Dorian, thanks very much for hopping on here. I think you got some very interesting projects, and hopefully we can continue to chat as you go out there and acquire some more big silver projects for Honey Badger. And I know that our audience can't get enough of silver stories, so keep doing what you're doing, and let's continue the conversation in the future.
We'll look forward to that. Thank you very much.